Hello everybody, welcome back to Caesar TFT for another TFT gameplay video on the road to Diamond. This is the series where I comment through the games that I'm having, the decisions that I'm making, the teams that I'm using, the traits, everything, all with the goal of hopefully helping you guys improve your TFT games and also helping me because learning, well, the best way to learn is to teach. So let's see what we do today. We just came off the back of a 4-star Shaco game that only got me 3rd place, so I'm hoping that this game we can do something that gets me higher than 3rd place. Probably not going to do Shaco again. We're looking at what else we can maybe do. Maybe we chuck on the 2 Vi's for now. Cypher game would always be interesting if we can pull it off. I'd need to check what Cypher team's actually good. Not guaranteed on that now. We'll pick up the Kindred. We're looking at maybe some kind of Marksman Vanguard opening game. Always a really strong team, Marksman Vanguard. And we got the Skarner. Okay, this is a Marksman Vanguard guide. The conditions for this is exactly what you've just seen here. Okay, it's when you get an early Skarner, an early Cogmore, and then all you need is another Vanguard and a Kindred, and this team can be absolutely devastating. In the early game it's so strong, you play around the Cogmore, and then as you transition into the mid and late game you then move on to Aphelios and Zarya, and you want to have your transitionary carries be all of the 1, 2, 3 and 4 cost Marksman and Vanguard units in between. We've got okay items for it, another Kindred's good. And now that we know what team we're doing, we can really try to focus our traits. No scout, no pivot. I mean, that's just crazy. We'll take Pyromaniac. We can use a strong red buff. That works for this team. I was hoping for an augment that might be a bit better suited, maybe. We are going to level up and just really play off this win streak idea that we're going to try and do. We're going to put a red buff. We're going to be a bit weird. We're going to put it on Cogmore, even though we've got the 2-star Kindred, I think. Just because Cogmore is attack speed based, Kindred's not, so the red buff is better on Cogmore. We're also going to Slammer Redemption, which isn't my favourite item, but again, we're going for a win streak, so I think it makes sense just to put it on now and try to play around it. So the team is really, really simple. It's 4 Vanguard and 4 Marksmen, and it's these 4. Rust. You can have Rust or Braum, so I'm going to put them both on. You can pick either one, depending on who gets 2 cost. Videos, and I'm missing somebody. John. So we've got the Silas. I'll pick these up in case we somehow get a 3-star. So this is the team. Aphelios is your main carry. Zarya can also be the main carry. Leona's going to be your main tank. You won't play Braum and Rust. You'll play one or the other. And this is it. Really straightforward, really easy. Fantastic team for getting good finishes in. And for me, the trigger condition is always if I get an early Skarner Cogmore and then I play around with Vi or Kindred or Silas or just some more Vanguards and Marksmen to throw on. At the moment we're playing around with the Rapid Fire rather than the Marksman, because Kindred and Cogmore is just such a strong early game combo, which you can see right now. We're shredding, absolutely shredding through the enemy teams. And that's how this team works. It can get you into a really strong place into the early game, making sure that you're not hemorrhaging loads of health. And then as you get into the late game, you then transition to the stronger boards. Now, I've been talking a lot, so I'm going to now take a look at the other players' boards, and hopefully we're not being contested too much. We'll just take a look at our shop first. Nothing we need. So we've got a mix. Not really a clear direction here, but he may contest us. It looks like he's going to go for Golden Ox maybe. Vanguard, but with Anima Squad, so I'm going to contest some of the Anima Squad units. Bruiser Techie, that's fine. Exotech's fine. Nitro's fine. Techie's fine. Anima Squad. So, we've seen 2 players going Anima Squad, so Zarya and Leona are definitely going to be contested. And we've seen 1 player that may be transitioning into it later on. So we're going to keep an eye on all of them. This is the player that we thought might transition. He's actually leveled up to try and maintain his own win streak. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to push through a level 5 team with our team only being level 4, even with this kind of early game prowess that we've been talking so much about. Especially with the 2-star Nidalee that he's got, it's just a bit too much for us to burn through. We are going to sell the Vi just to make sure that we make our economy. We've actually got a lot of Anima Squad units here. I was debating picking these up, but there's a lot of people going Anima Squad already, so we don't want to add to it. Frying Pan's interesting. Very interesting actually, because we could get a Marksman emblem. So if we get the opportunity to take that, we will take it. If not, the bow on Jarvan looks incredible because it gives us Rage Blade and the carry that we need. If we can't get the bow on Jarvan, then it's probably the sword. Yes, sword. Sword builds into Infinity Edge, it builds into Spear of Shojin, both are great carry items. It also builds into Gunblade actually. And I think we might try out the Gunblade variation of this team, where you have a Aphelios with a Gunblade instead of an Infinity Edge, and I've seen this team actually do really well, and I think because we have the components already, we are willing to give it a try. So we're going to put on Gunblade. Reason Gunblade's so good on this team is because you have 4 big, strong, tanky frontliners. Aphelios does so much damage with the Rage Blade, and we'll have him with a red buff instead of 2 Rage Blades, that you have him just doing loads of damage, healing your front line, keeping them all live. Zarya can do a lot of damage, you can get good carry items on her as well. It's just really good damage coverage across the team. So we'll see. We do really want this Kog'Maw 2-star if we can. That would help a lot with the win streak. Also, sorry, the Redemption combined with the Gunblade, the healing we're going to have on our front line is going to be absolutely disgusting. So now we just need some good tank items, some good Zarya items, some good Aphelios items. I make it sound like it's not a lot, but it is. It is. Let's see what else. Yeah, looking at this, not really much we can use. Not really much we can use. We're debating leveling up, because we're probably not going to make our econ goal, because we're not willing to sell Kog'Maw or Silas, but I don't think it's even worth leveling up, because even though we'll get 2 interest either way, being at 28 gold makes us closer to 30 and 40 and 50 gold, and so we'll be in a position where we can get to 50 gold sooner if we don't level up now. And I don't think the Silas is going to make a big enough difference. If it was a 2-cost Silas, I would. Luckily we came up against a level 4 player anyway, although he does have really strong Vayne items, so we'll have to see if our team is enough to take him down. Looks like it's going to be. So a lovely moment of hindsight there. I'm actually debating selling the Silas because I think we'll find another one later, but we're going to keep him. We do need to put him onto the team. Hopefully we don't find another Silas in our immediate shop, otherwise we made the wrong decision, but I don't like to gamble. Okay, we don't find the Silas, that's good. Get the 2-star Kog'Maw, pop the Silas on. Really annoying that we got this loss in the middle here from this player, as it's really hindered our plan, but it's fine. Okay, so no player directly contesting us. Some Anima Squad players, though, who will end up contesting us. So we're in a good place. Now that we've got the 2-star Kog'Maw, it's quite a big power jump for us. We've got a lot of extra healing as well, that's always good. There's a component for our Rage Blade, also good. Another sword, that'll be good for Zarya. And then a vest which can build into Gargoyles or Sunfire. So all great components, nothing we can actually use at the moment, but all great components. We got a Rast and a Jarvan. We're going to swap the Silas for Rast, just so that we make use of his Divinicore benefit. It's only 6 armor and magic resist, but you know, we'll take those bonuses when we get them. Better way to think of it, it's over 10%, right? It's over 10%. Okay, it's an over 10% bonus. And we'll happily take a 10% increase in your stats. And we're going to assume that that 10% stat increase is better than Jarvan's sort of bonuses, which we might be wrong on, but we're doing it. We could buy the Senna and have the Senna on the team potentially, but I want to make econ, so we're not going to. We're hoping that this Kog'Maw, Boombot, good items combo is enough for us to maintain our win streak for now. I think it will be against most teams, but I'm not sure about these top 2 teams. As, well, I think they just fought each other and one of them's knocked the other one out, which is good. We want them to be knocked off of their win streaks. Let's see what we get here. I wish we were staying rapid fire. I would definitely have taken that if we were. I'm actually debating taking the Runan's Hurricane here. It's not the best item in the world, but I don't want to keep re-rolling this and getting something worse. And these two are rubbish, and we could get something really bad here. So we're going to take it. It's not the best. It's not something we'd normally take, but we acknowledge that it's not awful, and we should just slam our item. So this ornament makes Runan's Hurricane shoot, and so Runan's Hurricane normally shoots an extra bolt that I think does 50%. It does. Now it's going to shoot 2 extra that both do 75%. So it is going to make it do a lot more damage to extra enemies. How much value that actually gives us is up for debate. I wonder if the extra shots count for the Gunblade healing as well, because if they do, then it's quite a good synergization that we've got going on. Along with the red buff that just gives us so much attack speed out the gate. So that's probably our Aphelios items maybe done. Maybe we put the Runans on Zaya. We'll see. We'll see. We'd rather get a Rage Blade on Aphelios, but I think given that we've got this item set up already, we may just stick with it. Got Braum as well. We're considering we are going to level up, because now when we level up, we can put on Braum, which gives us 4 Vanguard, a good free cost unit, and a significant power increase, and it only puts us not too far below 50 gold. I was thinking Braum's better than Jarvan, because Braum, his ability is purely about tanking, whereas Jarvan's is kind of half tanking, half damage, and really what we need at the moment is tanks to make use of our Cogmore, who's going to be rapid firing, healing. We're fighting Cheese Crust. Great name. Great name. I wonder what goes into your head when you think I'm going to name myself Cheese Crust. Are you creating your League of Legends account when you're really hungry, eating pizza? And you think, God, I love pizza. But you know what I love even more than pizza? The cheesy crust on my pizza. You think, yeah, that's my name right there. Cheese Crust. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Alright. We are looking at probably nothing we want because we are last. Bow would be good. A glove would be good, but that's gone. A tier would be good. Cloak would be good. Belt would be good. There's a lot of options. We don't really want either of these rods. Take that out. So we're looking at the belt or the sword. Now I have a question, which one do we want more? I think we're going to be weird this game, and we're going to take the sword. And we're going to try and make 2 Gunblades this game. We're going to have a Gunblade on Zaya and a Gunblade on Aphelios. And I want to make the ultimate healing front line. I'm just going to have my ultimate healing backline. With the backline, I'm going to both have Gunblades on both of my main carries, and they're just going to be keeping our front line alive, along with the redemption. And we just got this amazing synergy going on of just damage and healing and damage. So this might be a terrible idea. I'm not 100% sure, in all honesty. But in my head, it sounds good. And then we've got swords that can hopefully be a Shojin or a Deathblade or an Infinity Edge for Zaya. And then just one more damage item for her. And we could have a really synergistic Marksman Vanguard game on our hands in terms of the backline keeping the front line alive. We're going to hold the Cogmore pretty much until we see an Aphelios, and we'll just make use of the rapid fire. And we're going to keep leveling until we hit 8, and then at 8 we're going to stop, try get all of our units that we need, and then if we somehow manage to go further, then maybe at level 9 we'll look at playing, just thinking, we'll look at playing a Zac or something. If we manage to hit 10, then we can do 6 Vanguard, but it's probably unlikely that we'll hit level 10. Looks like we're almost not being tested at all anymore, other than this Anima Squad player, so that's really good. But yeah, level 8, get 2-star Zaya, get 2-star Leona, get 2-star Aphelios, then we can think about maybe leveling up. But we're trying to keep this win streak going. It'll be really great if we can win this battle and keep the win streak going into stage 4. And you can see, by the way, this is just the power of the Marksman Vanguard. We've only lost one battle, and our team doesn't look, you know, it's not like we've got really lucky and got something crazy. We just saw an early Cogmore Skarn, and we said, yep, we're going to play around that. Now, we got some decent items, but no really best in slot ones. So the early game Marksman Vanguard's really good. If you get an early Cogmore Skarner, I'd almost always go for it. It's just such a reliable team. Okay, we can level up. We'll chuck on the Brawn. We are missing all of the Marksmen that are supposed to be on this team. A few of the Djinns are being taken. We'll keep an eye on it, but honestly, it's not that big a deal. Even if all the Djinns got taken, we could play a Kindred instead of Djinn, and we wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world. The main ones we really care about are definitely Aphelios and Zarya. Jinx, Djinn, Kindred, you can kind of pick any two. It should ideally be Djinn and so just look at the items. Djinn and Jinx, because they are better, they're high cost units, but it's not required. So we've got a Spear of Shojin here. We've also got potentially a Giant Slayer, although we may be able to get something even better than that. Now we are going to play one of these units to get the Marksman effect, and we're going to do it now. Just that we get 3 Marksmen, make the team even better. We're going to put a Shojin on. We want a tank item here, really. Yep, Gargoyles. Love it. Now we do have a Giant Slayer. We do have a Giant Slayer, but I think we might get something better. And I'm not a huge fan of Giant Slayer as an item. Not a huge fan. Giant Slayer gets strong when you fight people with a 1750 max health, which is literally nobody on this team. It used to be a really good item, I remember a few sets ago. Giant Slayer used to be incredible, but it is not anymore. We're against somebody with the same Runan's Hurricane Augment, but he's got it on Vayne, which is, and he's got 2 of them. So, a bit more firepower than we do, and our win streak does finally get ended. But, that's fine. Can't last forever. We don't really care about the grab bag. We can't use pair 4s. Could use climb the ladder, but I don't really want to. Don't really want to use that. Bulky Buddies is not bad at all. So do you want to play around more money or Bulky Buddies? Bulky Buddies is probably the right way. Nah, let's play aggressive. Alright, we're going to play really aggressive. We're going to go for money. We're going to level up. We're going to try and hit right now. There we go. Chuck on the Aphelios. Chuck on the Jarvan. And move these items. Put them on here. Leona, put on you, take off that. Okay. Okay. Got a little bit scrappy there. A couple of things that weren't ideal, but hopefully we've done enough to keep us win streaking. Oh, we should have put the Djinn on instead of Cogmore. That was definitely a blunder. That was definitely a blunder. That cost us the win there, 100%. That was a blunder. Otherwise, I think we did most of the bits that we needed to do. So we're going to put the Djinn on, just that we can get that 4 Marksman. I'm still going to be really greedy. We're going to take off Skarner, put on Brass, take off Cogmore, put on Djinn. We're going to roll only twice, that we can maintain our Golden Ox. Put him over there. I think we're probably done with Vi. Keep her on the off chance that we managed to make use of her later. And there we are. Now we just need the Zarya, but we're not going to keep rolling like crazy because we want to start stacking this Golden Ox. We've got the Aphelios though, with some really great items, so hopefully that's going to be enough for the win streak to, well, enough to make use of this malicious monetization. We rolled really aggressively with the hope of winning the next 3 battles, so that we'd get maximum gold, which is what we're doing. We only lost the last battle by 1 unit, so we got most of the gold. This battle, we've got all of it, I think. Yeah. And then we should be able to do the same next battle as well. And so we rolled almost all the way down to 50, but over the next 3 battles, we're going to get almost all the gold back. Which is good, you know, an augment that gives you mods, 40 gold in 3 rounds. It's pretty great. So we're looking at the glove here. An infinity edge would be ideal. If we can't get the infinity edge, maybe a sword. If we can't get that, probably a belt. So we're looking at glove, sword, belt. It's looking good, maybe. It is looking good. We get the infinity edge, so we've got really amazing items for the Zarya whenever we get her. Already got good grey items for the Aphelios. The only thing we're missing is a bit of armor shred, which would be good. We're going to re-roll a few times. Okay, I think the 2-star Braum is better than a 1-star Blast. Take the Jarvan. There's a Jinx. Still not getting the Zarya. I'm assuming... Yeah, a lot of people going for the Leona, so it's good that we're rolling now. Has the Enemy Squad player started taking my Zaryas? No, he hasn't. So we do just seem to be getting a bit unlucky there. Put the Infinity Edge on. Kindred's just our item holder for now. We're keeping the Rast and the Vi on the very, very, very off chance that we somehow go to level 10. Which, now that I think about it, is practically impossible. So we are actually going to sell them to make our econ. And hopefully we're going to win this battle. You can see so much healing's going on, although, my god, not enough. Not enough. Okay, there we go, there we go. Oof, okay. So not great use of malicious monetization there on the 3rd round. Arguably taking bulky buddies would have been the right play. Got the Zarya though, there we are. Sell that, put the Zarya on. We're going to take Guiding Hex just to mix up our damage profile a little bit. And now that we've got the Zarya, she's going to be doing a lot of damage. There's the 2-star Leona as well. Now we're just looking for 2-star Aphelios and 2-star Zarya. And then we can start thinking about maybe going to level 9, where we could play a Senna. Gives us a Divinicore bonus on attack damage, gives us Slayer. Now that I say it out loud, it doesn't sound as good, to be honest. I think a 5 cost is probably better suited. But we should see now the healing coming out from the Zarya and the Aphelios is hopefully, well, not doing enough for our front line, it seems. Maybe it's the lack of 2 stars. Yeah, they're just not doing enough damage. We need to get them 2-star. We're going to keep rolling until we get them 2-star. Let's sell the Jinx, we don't need her. Maybe we can get a 3-star Braum or 3-star Jarvan, should be pretty good. But we really do need this 2-star Aphelios and 2-star Zarya. It's reducing our firepower quite significantly, not having them, and we need them to really make use of this Gunblade. Sell that. We've got another Gargoyle Stone Plate. If we want it. I think I'd rather get a belt and do an Evan Shroud, which we've got. Fantastic. So we're going to build... Yeah, we're going to build an Evan Shroud, which is going to end up leaving us with a Titan's Resolve, which isn't the best in the world for what we're doing. Well, can't believe we just got a 3-star John, pretty much accidentally. Not accidentally, but without really going for it. We're going to put the Titan's Resolve on Jarvan. It's not an ideal item of his by any means, but we've got it, we'll use it. And we've got not the ideal tank items on Leona, but, you know, some good tank items. And the Shred from the Evan Shroud is going to be really, really great. So we should hopefully see a big difference in the power output of our team now that we've got the 2-star backline units and we've got the Shred. And we can see there, wow. I mean, that Misfortune ultimate was devastating, but not enough to take out the team. Not really that much healing, so I'm not sure if the Gunblade is actually that worthwhile on this team, now that I'm looking at the stats that it's putting out, but we've committed to it now, so we're doing it. We're going to focus on leveling up now. Who's taking a 2-star Aphelios? Oh, the Enemy Squad player. Now, we're going to go to level 9, and we're thinking of playing... Well, we could play an Aurora for Dynamo. It's not terrible. We could play... Zac maybe, but it's a bit late into the game to start getting up points for him. I mean, we could play Garen, but Garen's not great because we don't really care about Marksman or Vanguard mods. I guess you could put an Anima Squad or a Golden Ox mod on Zarya and Aphelios respectively, but that doesn't feel like that amazing of a thing to do. Okay, let's see if when the battle starts ramping up, it does look like the healing is definitely helping. Once it gets to only Jarvan and Leona left, it feels like the healing's doing a lot. I'm debating if we're actually better off rolling for a 3-star Braum rather than going for level 9. I'm not sure if the level 9 bonus is enough for it to be worthwhile for us. Either way, we're going to wait until we get to 50 gold, or we start hemorrhaging health. Let's take a look around and see if anybody is building Braum. Somebody is. Angry Uwu, who's bottom 4ing at the moment, but he has got quite a strong board. I'm surprised he's bottom 4ing. Oh, sorry, last placing. It's just him. It's just him who's taking Braums. He has got 3 of them. So if we see Angry Uwu die, and yeah, if we see Angry Uwu die, I think we'll go for the 3-star Braum. If we don't see him die, then I think we'll go for level 9. We're gonna sell the Sennas. I'm not using the Sennas. If I do go to level 9, we're gonna put on a 5 cost. So yeah, I think I am seeing the benefit of the healing between the redemption, between all of them. Once it just becomes Leona left, it does feel like they are helping her stay at high health. Unless I'm imagining it. You can see her health going down and then going up and then going down and then going up. So even though the actual healing stats, yeah, there you go. That battle you really saw it. Between them, they healed 4,000 health. So that is a lot. That is a lot. So we don't really care about damage items. We want tank items, really. So something for Jarvan, something for Braum. Dragon's Claw's not bad. Another Gargoyle, Bramble Vest. That's really what we're looking at. I should take a look at the enemy teams actually. AP, AD, AP, AP, AP. Okay, Dragon's Claw will be a lot better if we can get it. Perfect. We got the Dragon's Claw. And these items we didn't really want because we don't want more damage items at the moment. Now I think Braum's probably the better recipient. Actually, I think Leona is the better recipient, and we're going to put the redemption onto John. We want Leona to be holding, you know, real genuine tank items rather than redemption, which is more of a supportive tank item. It doesn't really give much stats compared to the Dragon's Claw, which gives loads of stats and healing as well. So we figured that looks better. We did a quick scan and we saw AP team. This is AD but with some AP, 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 AP. Like there's so many AP damage teams, so it just felt right to go for the Dragon's Claw. Plus, we didn't really have much of a choice with all the items being gone. We've got a Fiddlesticks team on our hands here. Luckily, we've got the red buff to try and reduce the healing. We've got the Dragon's Claw, which we're hoping is going to do a lot. And we're constantly healing our front line. You can really see it now with the Jarvan, the Redemption, both of the Gunblades. It's just doing so much work and making it hard for the enemies to kill them. They'd have to really burst them down quickly, I think, to have any chance. Which is what we want. Angry Uwu's still alive. We're approaching 50 gold now, so hopefully he dies soon. Maybe we can be the ones to do it. This 3-star Jarvan that we got is doing so much work, and that's why I think going for the 3-star Braum is potentially a really good idea. Because like I said, a 4 cost is not going to make that big a difference to our team. Like, Sean Aurora's nice, but it's not going to do that much. It's not going to do that much. If we could have got Zac much earlier and started getting the Bloblets, that would have been great. But otherwise, I don't think there's much benefit. We're against the man Cheese Crust with the best name ever. Can we take him down? I think he was a challenge for us last time. Looks like we're doing alright. Leona is going to fall, but I think Jarvan's going to hold the line for us, and we do take him down. Has Cheese Crust fallen? Sorry, Angry Uwu. Nope, he is still alive. Well, we're going to hold our gold for now anyway, because we want to have enough gold to spend on this tree. How many Braums does he have? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Because if he's holding the Braums, the chance of us getting a 3-star is pretty low. It is pretty low. He's holding the Aurora as well. So I think, you know, whoever we end up putting on is really not going to be that useful. Unless we can go to level 9 and put on 2 more Vanguards, which, I mean, maybe is possible. We're not a million miles away. We're looking for more tank items here. Literally did not get a single one. I mean, gosh. I guess maybe Crown Guard, because it gives a max health shield. It gives some tanky stats. Yeah, I guess we're going to use Crown Guard on Jarvan, which is ridiculous, honestly. But that's what we got. If Angry Uwu dies this round, we're going to spend the gold on re-rolling. If not, then we're going to start leveling up. I guess the health shield's not the worst thing. I don't think the AP does much for Jarvan. I think it makes his ability give an even bigger shield, which I guess is good for us in terms of him being tanky. Not an ideal item, but I suppose better than any of the other ones we were being offered. Angry Uwu keeps not dying, which I guess is good for him, but not for us. We are going to start. We are going to start leveling up. They're only in line with our tree, so we'll go to 28. He seems to be on a bit of a win streak. He's got a techie Aurora with an Infinity Edge. Interesting. Very interesting. A Dynamo Leona who's going to be constantly casting. That sounds like a nightmare. We are actually against him, so this is going to be a really big battle for us. We can take him down. Oh, Dynamo 2-star Viego. That sounds pretty scary. Okay, we've almost killed the Viego. We took it down. The Misfortune ultimate is devastating our team. Zaya's down. It's just Aphelios now. I don't think Aphelios alone is going to be able to do enough. No, he's not. It's not enough. So much damage. I don't know who's going to be able to take him out. I think we are going to go to level 9, you know. I think it might be possible for us to hit level 10. We're going to sell this. We might sell these as well. Let's get some EXP. Chuck that on. I think we're giving up on the Braum. We're giving up on this and this. And the Braum. And we just want the Vanguard unit. So who are we missing? Vi, Rast. Now we are pretty high level, so there is some weird, disgusting, awful world where we struggle to find one of them in our shops, but I think that's a pretty low chance. And I think 6 Vanguard does definitely take our team to a whole nother level, especially in a game with no prismatic augments, which is normally the only time you'll get something like that. This T-Rex is doing crazy damage when he casts on our backline. Oh, wow. Very close. Very, very, very close. Not sure. Okay, we do manage to clutch it out, which is great. Gives us more time to reach that level 10 breakthrough point that we've been talking about. Okay. I'm looking at the Sunfire Cape. It's not even that good to me. Steadfast Heart's probably the way to go for us. And I think it's being taken. Yeah, I mean, we've already got Shred, but all of these things are just useless. We may as well take something that gives us some tanky stats, even though we've already got it with Leona. Well, we're definitely going to survive until the creep round, which means we're definitely going to be able to make it to level 10. We're going to move... I kind of want to keep these guys together. We're going to keep it like this. Angry Uwu may take us down another time. But we're going to be able to hit level 10 soon. We're going to be able to get 10 Vanguard. And we're hoping that that's going to be enough. We are going to move the Zaya slightly, just so that I'm not getting both of them hit by the Viego when he casts. I do feel like the Runan's Hurricane hasn't really done much for us this game. It was alright in the early game, but I think as we get into the later stages of the game, it's not doing that much. I feel like my Zaya, no matter where I put her, she just keeps dying. And that Misfortune ultimate is doing way too much damage. Way too much damage. Both of these guys seem to be winning. Hopefully, well, one of them's going to kill each other, I'm sure. Okay, we'll be able to level up next round. We're going to be fighting this techie cyber boss player next. We'll keep them together. He hasn't got anything that's telling me why I shouldn't do that. These Viegos who just keep jumping onto my backlines are infuriating. Okay, he's got a really big Veigar, but he's only 2 cost. Which is pretty unusual. Normally in these kind of teams, the Veigar's always 3-star. That being said, I think we're looking alright. We've got a lot of healing going on. Jarvan's still up. Pretty big cast. There we go. So we take him down. We made it to the top 2. We've got a really strong Dynamo team with this angry Uwu who's been stealing our units the whole game. Not the whole game, but certainly the later portion of it. So we're going to roll, hopefully for some kind of God game. We're not being that greedy, are we? Chuck on the Garen for now. This is the problem with being a high level when you need a low level unit. We've got a Skarner. God, we should have kept the Vi earlier. I mean, can you imagine if we can't get our 6th Vanguard? Take what is going on? Take the Steadfast Heart. We did that so that we could hit the Golden Ox Horde bonus. Not sure if it was actually worth doing. We're probably going to lose this battle again. And we really desperately need to get our 6th Vanguard unit. I'm starting to think it's actually not going to happen. Which is going to be a pretty devastating way to potentially lose. Yeah, 10 health, so I mean, any loss now is definitely game over. Please give us any Vanguard. There we go. Okay. We might still lose, but at least if we do, we can say we know that there's nothing more we could have done. We're going to keep the team how it is. I don't think the positioning is a huge problem. I'm hoping, really hoping, that this buff from 4 Vanguard, 6 Vanguard is going to give us that extra bit of oomph that we need. He may move his Misfortune around. I don't know if that makes his team any better against us or not. He is moving the Misfortune. Okay. Interesting. Alright, here we go. This is it. Can the 6 Vanguard take down the Super God Dynamo Misfortune? That is the question. Has the 6 Vanguard done enough to make our team survive? Sejuani ult doesn't hit anything. It looks like the extra tanky stats have made a big difference. Second Misfortune ult comes in though. Oof. Wow, really close. We need Xayah to cast. 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 Oh, wow. There you have it. Marksman Vanguard, level 10, taking out the super strong Misfortune. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As I told you, great guide for the Marksman Vanguard, and hopefully one that will take you to loads of top places as well. Please, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.